It was the summer of 1787. 55 American delegates met in Philadelphia to discuss the future of America and something that was referred to as the Constitutional Convention, or as I like to call it, Con-Con. And despite the unwillingness of certain unnamed delegates, George Washington, the debates began. How are you feeling, Ben?
Like $100! So who should lead this here shindig?
Fine, since you begged. I, Alexander Hamilton, take this monumental responsibility into my soft, tender, ladylike hands.
How about George Washington?
Pretty good idea. Not bad.
I didn't even want to be here. The stupid convention ruined my spa vacation. Thus, George Washington begrudgingly accepted the role of president. So discussion continued.
And now to discuss that extremely important secret matter. Oh, right.
And thus the convention was made secretive, and all matters had to be kept between the delegates until the end of it.
Well, I think we should do James Madison's plan. James, would you like to continue?
Thanks, Ed. So basically, my plan is to strengthen the government by separating it into 3 separate parts: judiciary, legislative, and executive. We'll also give the government the power to tax the states, draft armies, and create a federal court system. To make things easier, we'll only need 3/4 of the state to amend the Constitution, so we can roll with the times.
Now, does everyone agree with this, or does anyone have any opposing plan? Well, now that you mention it, I think Alexander's a heap of manure.
You're going to be the one full of...
Alexander?
Sorry, George.
Continue, William. Thanks, George. I swear, you're the only one around here who has any common sense.
Thomas.
To continue, I believe that Alexander's plan does not give us small states any power at all. We don't have as big a population as the larger states.
Sucks to suck.
James, not you too. Continue, William. Thank you. So what I propose is that each state be represented by 2 people. This way, the smaller states will be equally represented. The federal power can be kept in check equally by all states.
Oh yeah? Well, here's what I think of your stupid equality.
What James Madison says and does after this is too vulgar to be shown. We apologize on behalf of J. Mad Dog. Although the fact that he was able to offend that many people in that short period of time is rather impressive feat, John J. went all legal on him, making sure that James and Alexander would never ever be allowed to do things like that again. Now back to the convention. Thanks, John. Yes, well, what I was saying is that we should make sure that all the states are represented equally, because we can't trust the government to have too much power. The states should be able to check the government's power. Now, we have 2 different plans, so which one do you guys favor? There was much arguing, and even a few tears shed during this discussion. In the end, there was a great compromise that was thought up. They made the legislative branch of the United States of America a bicameral legislature, meaning that there were 2 houses who are mainly in charge. The first, the House of Representatives, is based on population. The second, the Senate, has equal representation from every state. Now that matter is finally dealt with, they can move on to the next topic. All right. One topic we haven't discussed is slavery.
Slavery is terrible and should be abolished. I do not want to be part of any country that supports that kind of cruelty. Cruelty? No. You got the wrong image of it, George number 2. Slaves like being controlled. Are you some special kind of stupid? Nah. Ask any slave and they'll tell you they love their masters and that they love working those long hours too. Of course they're going to say that. If they don't, called tough love. And I propose that slaves should count when you're doing the population counting. So let me get this straight. You want to plan on treating your slaves inhumanely, yet you want them to count as citizens. And now you're starting to understand. No, I don't. If you're going to count them as humans, you should treat them humanely. Humanely? Humanely? That's blasphemy.
You're blasphemy. I'm Batman.
Wrong convention!
Oh. Sorry, Batman. Sorry. I'm justice.
We need more of an impact in the House of Representatives because all southern states have a smaller population than all you northern folks.
There was again much argument, yet less tears this time around. In the end, James Madison saved the day.
Hey guys, what if we counted every 3 out of 5 slaves for the population? Then would you guys just shut up?
And so the 3/5 compromise was created. This compromise comprised of a law that said that 3 out of every 5 slaves would count towards the population. This way it pleased both sides of the party enough to where they could move on.
Thank the Lord Jesus Christ that we have reached the end of this blasted convention. Now the final question. How large do we want the federal government to be? A country cannot function if it does not have a large central government to control everything. The whole thing with Britain to happen all over again? If we have a large central government, then we'll be under the same type of tyrannical government, except that this one we can't get rid of as quickly. I'll get rid of you this quickly. More tea, please! Alexander! Sorry, George.
So they fought, and fought, and fought, and finally they came up with the idea that states have equal power to the federal government, although there would be some things that the states couldn't refuse from the federal government, and so the Constitutional Convention ended.
I hate Con.